again, my name is Victor. We're seeing questions of 2019 mathematics WAEC questions. Now we're on number 21. Let's see the question. This question is about undefined fraction. Which of these values will make 3p minus 1 over p squared minus p undefined? And whenever a fraction is undefined, it simply means that the denominator is 0, such like this. So we're trying to say that how can we force the original denominator, which is p squared minus p, how can we make it to be 0? So simply equating it to 0, that's all. Then we factorize. P is common as the HCF on the left hand side, so we divide the two terms by p. We have p minus 1 equals to 0. When two factors equals to 0, when they multiply, it means either the first one is 0 or the second one is 0. Alright, so p equals 0 or p equals 2. When we transfer this to the other side, we have p equals 1. So these are the two values. And looking at the option, we don't have this answer, but we have this. So our answer for this is A. Alright, number 22. The total surface area of a solid cylinder is 165 centimeters squared. If the base diameter is 7 centimeters, calculate its height. This is a question under measuration. And then if we have a cylinder like this, we're to find this height, where the radius is simply obtained by dividing diameter by 2. The diameter is given as 7, so the radius here is 7 over 2. Alright, so what's the total surface area of a solid cylinder? Total surface area of a solid cylinder. The word solid there tries to tell us that the cylinder is closed on every side, at the bottom and at the top. So for the circular base here, the area is pi r squared. Also for the top area is also pi r squared. So we have pi r squared plus pi r squared, that's 2 pi r squared. And the curved surface area is 2 pi r h. If you factorize, you can easily get this formula in your statistical table or your four-figure table. So we factorize, we have this. So let's substitute. Our pi has been given as 22 over 7. The radius is 7 over 2. Then 7 over 2 plus h. Don't forget, the total surface area is given as 165 centimeters squared. So 7 here cancels 7 on the right. 2 also cancel 2 on this right hand side. Okay? So what do we have next now? It's to divide both sides by 22. Alright? So we divide them by 22 and also the f by 22. This cancel out this. Alright? So let's see. Extend our page. Okay, let's move downward. So we have 11 here is 2, 11 here is 1 and 5. That's 15 over 2 on the left, 7 over 2 plus h on the right. So when we transfer 7 over 2 to the other side, we're going to have 15 over 2 minus 7 over 2. Alright, equals to h. So I can write my h on this side. And when we find the difference here, is 8 over 2. Alright, so 2 in 8 is 4. We call it 4.0 centimeters. Alright, so our answer is option C, 4.0 centimeters. The next one, number 23. This is a question about laws of indices, substitution into algebraic equation and also into algebraic expression. Now, we're given that 2 raised to power a equals to square root of 24 and b over a equals to 3. We're to evaluate a squared plus b squared. So looking at 2 raised to power a equals to root 64. The square root can be written as 1 over 2 as the power of 64. Alright? 2 raised to power a. And then, what's the square root of 64? We have 8. Also, we can write 8 as 2 raised to power 3, so that we cancel out the base on two sides. So the power a is actually 3. Then substituting that into this equation, of course, that will be b over 3 as our A equals to 3. And then when cross multiply, we have 3 times 3, that's 9. So we have A to be 3, B to be 9. So when we substitute that into our expression, A squared is 3 squared, and then B squared is 9 squared. 3 squared is 9, 9 squared is 81, and we sum up, our answer is 90, option C. Number 24. This is a question about trigonometry, when we apply the popular acronym, the SOHCAHTOA. This question is not drawn to scale, so we say in triangle XYZ, YZ is 32, all right? And then angle YXZ is 52 degrees, the angle here, and then angle XZY is 90 degrees, which is facing the hypotenuse here, all right? It says find correct to the nearest centimeters, XZ. XZ is actually the adjacent. This side is opposite. So adjacent to 52 degrees is XZ, opposite is our YZ 52. Since we have OA, and if you look at the sine is opposite to hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent to hypotenuse, it's only tangent that has opposite to adjacent. So we are using that ratio. So tangent of angle 52 degrees, opposite 32 degrees, 32 centimeters, sorry, over the adjacent, which is XZ. And we cross multiply, XZ equals to 32 over tan 52 degrees. And then when we find tan 52 degrees, the answer is 1.2799. All right, 1.2799. All right, and then when we divide that, dividing 32 by 1.277, sorry, 1.2799, the answer is 25.0. So to the nearest centimeters. So option B. Number 25. This question is about logarithmic equation, and then simplifying a logarithmic expression by substituting. Now, we said if log 2 base x equals to 0.3, evaluate log 8 base x. How can we write this log 8 base x? We can rewrite it as log 2 raised to the power 3 to the base of x. And then by transfer of power, we can transfer these 3 as coefficients. So we're going to have 3 log 2 base x. Already the role of log 2 base x has been given by 0.3. So we say 3 times 0.3, and the answer here is 0.9. Option C is the correct answer. Number 26. This is a question on measuration, or to find the length of an arc. It said an arc subtend an angle 72 degrees at the center. Let's say the center is O, and then we said find the length of an arc. This arc, or to find this length, okay, of this arc. If the radius is 3.5, the radius is 3.5, which is the same thing as 35 over 10, or we call it 5 in 35 is 7, 5 in 10 is 2. So the radius is 7 over 2, 7 over 2, 7 over 2. And the length, formula for finding length of an arc is given as this fraction of the entire circumference, or the entire length, the full length of a circle. So this portion out of the whole of the 360. So, and the angle theta is 72 over 360. 2 times pi. The pi has been given as 22 over 7. All right. Times the radius 7 over 2. So 7 cancel out 7. 2 cancel 2. 72 in 360 is 5 times. So we have 22 over 5. And when we simplify that, okay, 22 over 5. So 5 in 22 is 4, remainder 2. Putting 0 at the back of 2, that's 5 in 20, we have 4 again. So that's that. So option C. Number 27. We're to make, this question is about subject of formula. All right. So we have to make B the subject of the relation. The first thing is to multiply both sides by 2 here. So we're going to have 2LB, 2 cancel out 2 here. A plus B into H. So 2LB. Expanding the right hand side, we're going to have A times H, B times H. Bringing the B's, the terms involving B's to one side, I'll transfer BH down here. So we have minus BH equals to AH. And then factorizing B on the left hand side, B means 2L minus H as the quotient. Divide both sides by this 2L minus H, 2L minus H. Of course, this will cancel out this. You can put in a bracket like this, so cancel out. B is actually AH over 2L minus H, and that is option A. Option A is the correct answer. Number 28 said Eric sold. This is a question about commercial arithmetic and commission. He said Eric sold his house through an agent who charged 8% commission of the selling price. If Eric received $117,760 after the sale, what was the selling price of the house? Now, Eric received this amount after giving 8% of the original selling price to the agent. So 100% of the selling price is still the selling price, plus extra 8% that goes to the extra 8% that goes to the agent. We simply have to just do this, right? 8% of the selling price plus the amount that Eric received. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that 100% of the selling price, you subtract 8% of it, of this selling price, then you get the amount that Eric received, because it's a deduction. The agent charged 8% of that selling price. So what is 100% of the selling price minus 8% of the selling price? 100 minus 8 is 92% of the selling price, okay? And that's the amount Eric received. And what's the amount that Eric received? He received 117,760. So 92% of the selling price. All right? We'll cross multiply. 100 from the left will come numerator on the right hand side to multiply the numerator here. And when we divide both sides by 92, also 92 from the left hand side here becomes denominator on the right hand side here. All right, so S selling price, we have 117,760.0092. And when we press this on our calculator, we're going to have 117,760.00 divided by 92. The answer is $128,000. So that's the selling price before the 8% commission was given to the agent. So this is the selling price, and the correct option here is option B. Okay. All right. Number 29. This question is about measuration as well. It said find the angle which an arc. The arc is 22 centimeters. It subtends an angle that we're to find. Let's say the angle is angle theta. It said this arc subtends at the center. The angle this arc subtends at the center of the circle with radius 15 centimeters. So from the center O now, let's say to a point on the circumference to another point on the circumference Y. All right. So what's the formula for finding length of an arc? Is the angle at the center out of 360 times 2 pi r. The length has been given as 22 theta over 360 2 times 22 over 7 as your pi, and the radius is 15. Okay, so 15 here 1, 15 in 360 is 24. 2 here 1, 2 here is 12. Sorry for the calculation, just to make it faster. All right. So when we cross multiply, let's just write the leftover. We have 22 equals to 22 over 7 and 12, and then theta. All right. So when we cross multiply, all the numerator at the right hand side will become denominator here, and the denominator on the right hand side will become numerator on the left. So 22 cancel out 22. So the angle theta is 7 times 12, and that's 84 degrees, and that is option B. All right. Question 30 said a rectangular board is having this dimension of length 15 centimeters, the width is x centimeters. We said if its sides are doubled, so if we double the length, capital L, so when we double this, we're going to have 30 centimeters. And when we double this as well, times 2, we're going to have the new width to be 2x centimeters. And that's our breadth, or you call it width. Okay, so the new area is just simply multiplying the big length and the big breadth. Okay, so that's 30 centimeters times 2x centimeters. Now will give us 60x centimeters squared, and that's option A. All right, thank you.